It's time for Baby and Toddler Instructions with host Blythe Lipman. Blythe is a nationally renowned infant and toddler expert who has over 30 years' experience helping moms and dads regain their sanity, teaching them how to survive, and giving them the confidence they need to be the best parents ever. From sleeping to crying to potty training to choosing a preschool and so much more. If you're a parent, Baby and Toddler Instructions is the show you've been looking for. Now here's your host, Blythe Lipman.
Well, good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever in the world you might be. Thanks so much for tuning into Baby and Toddler Instructions. And talking about wherever in the world, I have a guest from the UK today that will be with us in just a few minutes. But, I always have things to share first at the beginning of the show. Today, our show is pre-recorded. So if you're listening and you have a question or comment or just want to say hello, you can't call during this show because we're not live, but you can contact me via my website, mybestparentingadvice.com, or you can call my office at 480-510-1453. And also call the wonderful TogiNet family, TOGINET.com, which runs my show. They have just some wonderful shows. Take a look at their lineup, and you know what? Take a listen, because there's great shows on TogiNet besides mine. Anyway, today when we talked to my guest, his name is Schanschieff, and we were going to be talking about everything diapers, keeping our planet healthy, and what the difference is between cloth diapers and disposable diapers. Lots to talk about with Guy, but first, the recalls. Since we are pre-recorded, I can't tell you what was recalled this week live, but take a look again on mybestparentingadvice.com on the recall page, and I update them every week. So as I say every week, I know I'm a broken record. If you happen to have some kind of baby equipment, clothing, anything, toddler equipment, and it's been recalled, please, please don't try to fix it yourself. I have all the numbers, the toll-free numbers, the websites. Contact the companies. Most times they'll either give you a refund, they'll give you a kit to fix something if it's a big item. So don't think you can just kind of fix it yourself with, a little tape, a screwdriver. So take a look at the recall page. And speaking of that, I am so excited. I am going to keep you posted every week. I am updating my website. I'm very excited. It's time for an update. New look, lots of content, more videos. So I will keep you posted when I unveil my new looking wonderful website, mybestparentingadvice.com. However, it is still live, and you can go on and read the articles. I have an article on there about guns and babysitters. And you know what? It's really scary, because I have to tell you, in Phoenix this week, a 9-year-old boy was shot supposedly by his 2-year-old brother. And the story goes, the mother put the gun on the bed and the 2-year-old grabbed it. Well, I'm not a detective, and they're since changing it, and I don't know who shot this 9-year-old. But the poor 9-year-old passed away. But there's a company called globalgunsafety.com, which has a very cool safety lock you can put on the gun, and if, God forbid, your child touches it, it's really hard to get off. From what I'm told, it has an alarm. I'm not a gun person. I can't tell you. I didn't try to mess with it. I've seen it. It's a wonderful product. Any way to keep your kids safe. If you have guns, again, they should be locked up, not hidden under a bed, not hidden under a mattress. Kids are smart, and they don't know what they're playing with. And that's my opinion from Blythe about guns. You have to keep your little ones safe. So if you are a gun person, and I respect that too, keep everybody safe. Check out Gun Guard Safety. So what else do we have today before I talk to Guy? Interesting article in the Wall Street Journal about nursing your baby in bed. Basically, it says public health efforts to encourage breastfeeding are increasing, as we all know that. And a recent study found that far more mothers who shared their bed at night with their baby were still breastfeeding at 6 months. And it's associated, with great benefits. But some of the people are saying, especially the American Academy of Pediatrics, bed sharing is strongly discouraged. It raises the risk of suffocation, strangulation, and SIDS, or unexplained death of an infant, usually during sleep. This has always been a big controversy on sharing the bed. And, as you know, I always deliver studies that I find, and we have to take them with a grain of salt, and you have to speak to your pediatricians and do what works for your family. Personally, I think bed sharing is really scary and unsafe. And again, this is my opinion. I've been in this field for over 40 years, and when you have a baby, you are so tired. And sometimes you fall in the deepest sleep, and that little baby, is not safe in your bed. But they have co-sleepers. They have bassinets you can put touching your bed right next to your bed, so they're not actually on your mattress. Anyway, but I'm getting away from the study. What it said was, in the Journal of Pediatrics, families in their homes found that large numbers of parents are believed to sleep with their babies, and they disregard the safety rules. It says 28% of 1-year-olds, 1-month-olds, 22% of 3-month-olds, and 16% of 6-month-olds shared a sleep surface at some point during the night. And they film the parents, and the parents fall asleep, and God forbid, you fall asleep, you get relaxed, you put your arm down, and the baby can roll off. Anyway, this article went on and off, and, there were pros, there were cons. Yes, I can. It's easier. Yes, it is easier. And interesting, because they are trying to come up with a special bedside sleeper to use in the hospitals, because if the hospital does not have a nursery and you room with the babies 24/7, they get some kind of an award, or maybe they get money or something. So Kristen Tully, a research associate at the University of North Carolina, is trying to develop a bedside sleeper for hospitals that the bassinet will attach to the new mother's bed, which makes rooming in safer. Anyway, without reading this whole article, I just have to say, you have to do what works best for your family, and check with your pediatrician. But I am going to just share a really interesting, funny story. I can do it now because my grandson's almost 2. When my daughter came home from the hospital, and she had a C-section, and believe me, that's tough to heal from. You're very sore for, sometimes a few weeks. Anyway, I was having this conversation with her, and she was sitting on the couch, and I said, Lindsay, do not feed the baby. Do not hold the baby and fall asleep with him. When you're feeding him, give him back to me, or make sure you're awake. Anyway, my daughter said, I never fall asleep with the baby when I'm feeding him. Well, let me tell you, I still have the picture of Lindsay holding newborn Alex in her arms on the couch, sound asleep. And you have to believe she didn't do that again, because, you're so tired. Anyway, sorry, Lindsay, if you're listening. I had to share that story because you don't think you're going to fall asleep, but you do. So anyway, that was the Wall Street Journal. And also, as you know, I love to share some of my own baby and toddler tips every week. So I'm going to share from my book, Help, My Baby Came Without Instructions, the chapter called Sweet Dreams, since we're talking about sleep. Just a few tips to get your baby to sleep. Sometimes it's really tough. They just don't want to go to sleep. And there's lots of wonderful sleep experts, sleep specialists you can hire to help you. But here are just a couple of things that have worked when I've gone into the home to help new parents. I always say this, put a receiving blanket in the dryer. Many parents tell me their babies don't like to be swaddled. I have never seen a baby that doesn't like to be swaddled, but I've seen them not like their arms in. So put that receiving blanket in the dryer, swaddle your baby with his or her arms out if that's how they're more comfortable, because swaddling is like being in the womb. It's tight, it's nice and warm, and when it's time for baby to sleep, try the warm blanket. Also, make a recording, don't laugh, make a recording of you or daddy singing the special lullaby or song that you sing to your babies before they go to sleep. And we all have those songs, and it's wonderful, because I can tell you they'll come back and say, I remember when you used to sing to me every night. So make a recording of you and daddy or partner singing, and when it's time for bed, play it over and over. Also, if you're going to rock your baby, rock your baby for maybe 3 or 4 minutes. Don't get into the habit of rocking them for an hour. I had one mom tell me that she would rock her baby to sleep for 2 hours. She'd put the baby down. 20 minutes later, all of a sudden, baby was up. So make a schedule for you. I'm going to rock the baby for 3 minutes, 4 minutes, put the baby down when they're tired. If the baby's wide awake cooing, you're never going to get them to go to sleep. So make that schedule. Also, I love to have some kind of noise in the room, whether it's a white noise machine, whether it's soft music. I say from day one, play music when you put your baby to sleep. Pick something calming and soothing, or put the white noise machine on there. You're used to so much noise in the womb, as you've heard while you're carrying that baby. And if you're going to do music, pick a song without words, because I guarantee you'll be singing it in your head all day long. Anyway, that's a chapter from Sweet Dreams in Help My Baby Came Without Instructions, which is available at barnesandnoble.com, amazon.com. It is on audible.com if you like to listen to your books and not read, and chapters on everything else you could think of that first year. So that is my tip of the day. We are going to break for a commercial in just a couple of minutes, and when we come back, I'm going to welcome my wonderful guest. He's actually in Northampton in the UK, and it's the afternoon there, and his name is Guy Schanschieff, and he is the initial inspiration for a product called Bambino Mio. He and his wife, co-founder Joe Schanschieff, got chatting to a tourist from the United States when they mentioned they wanted to start up their own business and were looking for an inspiration, and the man told him about nappy laundry services in New York, which will collect and wash the reusable nappies or diapers for customers. Anyway, they continued the conversation over dinner, and by the time it ended, they decided to start up a similar enterprise of their own in the UK that became the market leader in cloth diapering. And Guy and his wife were awarded the Member of Most Excellent Order of British Empire Award for his services to business in the Queen's New Year's Honors List in 2011. Yay, that's great. Also, he's the chair of the UK Nappy Alliance, which was founded in 2003 and brings together manufacturers, distributors of cloth diapers under one body to represent the industry dealing with political affairs and campaigning to both center and local government. And more about Guy when he comes back. Here comes the music. Please stay with us.
We'll be right back with more Help My Baby Came Without Instructions. It's Baby and Toddler Instructions with Blythe Lipman on TogiNet. We'll be right back right after these.
It's words you never heard.
Got a lead foot? According to state troopers, here's what not to do when you get pulled over. Don't be a lachrymous and start crying right away. It doesn't help. But if you're under 20, crying won't be held against you. Don't ask for a break, and don't yell or start any argy-bargy. And one trooper said, if they're going to flirt with me to get out of a ticket, it would probably insult my intelligence. But unfortunately, I don't get hit on all that often. So flirting or being a gill flirt won't work. Did you know that 15% of all drivers get 76% of all traffic tickets? And the odds of winning if you challenge a traffic ticket in court are 1 in 3. So what should you do when you get pulled over for speeding? Be courteous to the officer, and most of all, be honest.
It's words you never heard.
I'm Carolyn Davidson, and you can have fun challenging your words you never heard vocabulary with my free app, Too Funny for Words.
This is the TogiNet Radio Network, radio with a cutting edge.
Would you like to know how to bring more ease to all the decisions you need to make in life? Knowing your core values is the first step in Joyce's free live masterclass. You'll discover your top 5 core values in as little as 45 minutes. Join her now at freegiftfromjoyce.com.
Welcome back to Baby and Toddler Instructions with Blythe Lipman on TogiNet.
the hour for all moms with little ones to come for great advice, encouragement, and great ideas for all new parents. Now, back to the show with Blythe Lipman.
Well, welcome back to Baby and Toddler Instructions. Thanks for tuning in. I am here with my wonderful guest today, Guy Schanschieff, and he is the founder and inspiration for a product called Bambino Mio. I love that name. And Guy, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here from afar. It's so exciting. I so appreciate it, and love your accent. Love your accent.
Thank you. Thank you. It's good to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Before I ask you to tell me a little more, I was doing your bio, and it says that you've had 20 years of a reusable diaper laundry service, and it's become the largest and most successful diaper brand in the world in 70 countries and 50 awards. And you are the market leaders in the cloth diaper industry. So is that really how it came about at dinner in the conversation? I think that's awesome.
Yeah. In terms of how it started, yes, it was the story you tell is right, and what makes it even more magical, if you like, is that conversation with the guy we met from New York took place in the shadow of the Taj Mahal in India. Very bizarre conversation to be discussing diapers in the gardens of the Taj Mahal. But it did, as you say, it did spark an idea. And I'll just correct you on one thing. So the history is that we came back to the UK we'd been away for a few months, wanting to find a business idea, and we started a diaper laundry service, as you said. We actually only ran the laundry service for a few years. It gave us great experience of the products. But we were being asked more and more by people who just wanted to buy the products and launder them at home. Really, because with a diaper service, great service, and people can use cloth diapers. But in actual fact, a lot of people who have the facilities to wash at home realize that they can save a lot of money. And so actually the popularity of washing at home was quite high. So we actually closed the diaper service down within a few years. And so Bambino Mio was then born. And what Bambino Mio was at that stage was it was pre-internet. And it was a catalogue that people could phone up or write in for of cloth diapering products. So the diapers, training pants, swim diapers, various other products that all fit within the cloth diaper category. So we started and launched Bambino Mio as a traditional mail order company back in '97. And it's really grown from that. So, as I say, we started with our brochure just selling mail order in the UK. That grew, and we were getting more popularity. I mean, just to explain, in the UK at that time, probably only about 3% of parents were using reusable diapers. It was very much disposable diapers were at their peak. Everybody was using disposables. If you were using reusables, you were seen as a bit weird and a bit different. But actually, the category then grew from that and grew quite quickly. So we started going into specialty stores. We had Babies R Us in the UK was our first sort of big national account. And all the time we continued to be, and we still do to this day, focus on that change time category. So with an environmentally and baby friendly bent to it. So that would be, as I say, the style of diapers that we do, which is what we're known for at Market Leaders, but also swim diapers, training pants, washing powders, baby wipes, all those things that you would consider with baby changing, fitting in that category. And as you say, we've continued to grow, and in the UK you'll find our products in every single supermarket in the UK. That's happening more and more in Europe as well. And we've been selling in the US now directly for about a year to 18 months, and that's growing very quickly as well.
Well, cloth diapers, that's a great story, especially talking to somebody at the Taj Mahal. Yeah. I mean, I love it. It really adds to it. You could be on Shark Tank. But I can remember I was babysitting when I was 11 years old, and the person I babysat for used cloth diapers and big pins. And I can remember when they had a dirty diaper, dumping it out. And I'm sitting here with my hand going in and out. how you used to put it in the water and take it out and clean it. And, there were a lot of steps to cloth diapers years and years ago, and it's very different now. You can't find
it is very different, and I think there wouldn't have been this increase in demand. And I mean, when we first started out, for us, it was all, we could see all the benefits of cloth diapers, the health benefits, the money saving, the environment. But actually, it was telling that story to parents. And you're right, because we live in a world where convenience is very important. And if you didn't make this product convenient, it wasn't going to work. So those sort of things you described, for a start, you don't need pins. There's no complicated folding. The products that we supply now are what I would term all-in-one. They're using modern fabrics to make sure that they're as absorbent as possible, but also at the same time dry quickly. It's effectively and seal with Velcro. So effectively, you have a washable version of a disposable diaper. But on top of that, to make laundry easier, and for all the things you mentioned, we have nappy liners, paper liners that sit on top of the diaper. So all the messy stuff can just be flushed down the toilet. They are fully biodegradable, flushable. Their original material is cornstarch, so natural as well, and that clears away all the dirty stuff. And then we have. There's no need to soak them like people would have done many years ago. We do a product that's a sanitizer, so the diapers can just be stored, and because you've flushed all the messy stuff down the toilet, the diapers can just be stored in a bucket with a lid, and they can go straight in the washing machine. And
you dry them?
Will clean. Pardon?
You dry them? If you dry them, do they? What about the shrinkage when you dry them?
No, they can be line dried outside or in the tumble dryer. It won't affect either performance or they won't shrink or anything like that. No, they're fairly. I think that one of the great things about our diapers are they're very hard wearing. We have many people who write into us, email into us, and tell us about using our products on their third or even fourth child.
Because I am looking at your website, which is just, these are so cute. And it's interesting because my grandson, who's almost 2, just started swimming. And this would be so great for him. It's swimming. You may be getting some orders for me.
Great. I mean, the swim diapers is an interesting one, because I think for lots of people, and we can maybe talk in a minute about sort of some of the misconceptions about reusable diapers, and some of the that a lot of people think it's going to be very difficult and very hard, and it's a big commitment, which it isn't. And as I say, we can talk about that separately. But in terms of the swim diapers and also our washable training pants, we have a lot more people who buy into those products because it's easy, and the price of buying one of our swim diapers is probably the same price as one pack of disposable little swimmers or a product like that. So people are going to immediately see the money saving. As you say, they look great. They look like normal swimmers, far more comfortable for the child, and they're very popular. Because they reach a much wider range. The reusable diaper category is growing very fast, but swim diapers and training pants are used by a much wider circle of people.
Okay, so you have here that they're a one-size diaper. So I see also there's pounds here. So do you go by the one size? I mean, what happens if you order one and you have a baby that has really skinny legs? Is the hole bigger, or does the Velcro pull across so it's tight and fits everybody?
You've got two ways of adjusting our diapers. So you've got, I'm just trying to look at, so you've got the Velcro, but also down the front of the diaper, you've got 6 poppers, so you can alter the height of the diaper. So you've got 6 poppers down the front, and that allows you to make it smaller or bigger and adjust the size. At the end of the day, you do get if you buy they are one size. Very small babies, maybe in the first 1 or 2 weeks, some parents decide to use disposables because it's easier, and the diapers will look quite bulky. But for the majority of babies, it will fit them all the way from birth to potty. And one of the things that we found as cloth diapers have become more mainstream, it's not an either or. For some people it is, but for the majority I will use disposable sometimes when I'm out and about, or maybe somebody else is looking after the child, or they're in daycare, whatever it is. And then for the rest of the time, I will use reusables, cloth diapers, because even if I'm using them 50% of the time or 25% of the time, I'm still saving money. I'm still doing my bit for the environment. I'm not putting the chemicals and plastics next to the baby's skin. So as we've become more and more mainstream and people are picking up maybe 1 or 2 of them in a supermarket, there is that mix and match. So people aren't necessarily using them all the time, but some of the time.
You know, I'm glad that you talk a little bit about the environment. We're going to have a break in just a couple minutes. Then when we come back from the break, I want to talk a little more about the environment and about the chemicals, because I've taken care of over 1,000 babies, toddlers, and their families, and the majority of them have used the disposable diapers, because the cloth diapers, whenever I mention cloth diapers, they would say, oh, it's so much work, and they're so bulky, and I have to wash, and, but that's not true. I mean, I'm looking at this and talking to you, and, now I know more about cloth diapers, but I love your product because you make it so easy and they're so cute. So when we come back from our break, let's talk about the environment and, what happens. You don't have to be, like you're saying, you don't have to use something all the time. I mean, let's face it, if you're on a road trip, sometimes it might be easier to use disposable, but maybe not, because you have the inserts, and if they do something messy, you throw it away and you don't have to start with the whole diaper. And especially if you have a little one that's starting to pull him or herself up and you can hold on to them while they're standing up. Summer's coming. I'm thinking of road trips and parents traveling with these babies, and sometimes it sounds like it's so much easier to have a cloth diaper, but it depends. I mean, everybody has to do what works for them, but everybody who's listening, take a look at the website. And Bambino Mio, M-I-O, has a Facebook page, Bambino Mio USA. They're on Instagram. When you see these diapers, you're going to love them. Anyway, here comes the music. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back with more help. For help, my baby came without instructions. It's Baby and Toddler Instructions with Blythe Lipman on TogiNet. We'll be right back right after these.
Baby love, my baby love, I need you, oh, I need you.
It's Marching Never Hurt.
Do you ever get nervous riding in an elevator because you're afraid the cable might snap? It's entered my mind more than once. According to Elevator World magazine, on the rare occasion a cable breaks, the car won't plunge to the bottom. This is because elevators have as many as 10 cables holding them up, each capable of supporting a fully loaded car. Sometimes I feel a little mischievous in elevators. Next time you're feeling like a rapscallion, try one of these little jokes. When there's only one other person in the elevator, tap them on the shoulder and then pretend it wasn't you. Push one of the buttons and pretend it gave you a shock. Or maybe start a sing-along. What's a word for a person who thinks he's funny but no one else does? Witzelsucht.
It's Marching Never Hurt.
I'm Carolyn Davidson, and you can have fun challenging your words you never heard vocabulary with my free app, Too Funny for Word.
It's the Fitness Minute with fitness expert Annette Hammond.
Strong and flexible core muscles fortify almost everything we do. Harvard Medical School encourages us to think of our core muscles as the sturdy central link in a chain connecting your upper body and lower body. No matter what daily tasks you are doing, the necessary motions either originate in your core or move through it. So an inflexible and weak core can impair how well your arms and legs perform. Strengthening your core activates power, and helps you accomplish tasks easily and without pain. A strong core can prevent low back pain that affects 4 out of 5 Americans at some point in their life. When back pain occurs, a routine of core exercises is often prescribed to relieve it. Focus on keeping your core strong. I'm Annette Hammond. Like us on Facebook at Fitness Minute with Annette Hammond.
Welcome back to Baby and Toddler Instructions with Blythe Lipman on TogiNet, the hour for all moms with little ones to come for great advice, encouragement, and great ideas for all new parents. Now, back to the show with Blythe Lipman.
Well, welcome back to Baby and Toddler Instructions. I'm here today with my wonderful guest, Guy Schanschieff, and he is in the UK and started this wonderful company with his wife called Bambino Mio, which is everything cloth diapers you could want. You know what? Cloth diapers for swim, for potty training. Well, they're trainable pants. They're not diapers. Anyway, I'm looking at his website, and if you are near your computer, pull up BambinoMio.com and take a look at this site. It's great. I guarantee you I would be a convert if I had a little baby. And during the break, we were talking about my grandson, and I'm very excited because I am going to get a package for my grandson, and we're going to try the swim diapers, and I am going to then go online and tell everybody how great they are. I would definitely use cloth diapers now if I had a little one. I mean, it's changed so much. And before the break, I said we were going to talk about the environment because, you know, we all hear about all these landfills with these diapers that take years and years and years to decompose. And, you know, I am assuming that's true. Guy, what can you shed light about cloth diapers versus the reusable diapers in our landfills?
In landfill, the theory goes that a disposable will take up to 500 years to decompose. Obviously one of the big issues is a lot of people will put a dirty disposable diaper into a plastic bag and then tie the plastic bag up, and then that'll go in the landfill. So that makes it even more difficult for disposable to decompose. In the UK, and I think it is a similar breakdown in the US, about 3 to 4% of all household waste is disposable diapers.
Wow.
If you were to take out everything that was recyclable, and obviously not everybody recycles, not all state governments do recycling at the same level, there aren't the opportunities, but if you were able to take out all the recyclable elements, glass, paper, plastic, 15% of what is left is disposable nappies, disposable diapers. And you mentioned in your introduction that for a number of years I chaired our trade organisation, which really just lobbied. We met with members of parliament, with ministers, with members of government, local government, because actually their remit is to reduce the amount of waste that people are producing, to make sure that we recycle more. And cloth diapers has a big part to play in that, because when there's a big issue in the UK where trash collections are made every 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and that's paid for by local government in the UK. So the less frequently that can be done, the better. But the big issue they always have is disposable diapers, and in hot weather with disposable diapers sitting in bins for 3 weeks, and how they deal with that. So we have experience in the UK where a number of local councils, local government, actually support parents buying cloth diapers, because they can see if they can get parents to buy cloth diapers, then it'll save on the trash collection.
You know what? I think it's great, and I think people should use cloth diapers from that point of view, because 500 years, I mean, can you imagine? And, you know, there's so many new babies born all the time, and they wear diapers for a lot of years, and just to have them in the landfill. You know, I just know if you walk past the trash can in the summer here in Arizona, of course, it's very hot. We're in the hundreds. Talk about it's not smelling good, and it can't be healthy. Anyway, talk a little bit about, excuse me, when you use cloth diapers, how do you do it? Do you pull them up?
No, so with our cloth diapers, I mean, we have two. If people go onto our website and have a look, we have two systems. We have what traditional cloth diaper people would call a two-piece system with a pre-fold and a diaper cover on top. And we have what users would call an all-in-one, where everything is built together and is really a cloth version of a disposable. But they're really as simple to use as a disposable diaper. You lay the baby in, you put the one-way paper liner that I described earlier into the diaper, seal it with Velcro. It has a number of advantages. I mean, you spoke earlier about diaper rash, and the great thing is with cloth is you can actually feel when it is wet, because it tends to be as I've had it explained to me by medical people, it's the bacteria that exists. Now, whether that bacteria is on the surface or whether it's buried deep down in the gels that are in disposable diapers, it's still there. And in actual fact, we have plenty of people who come to our products because they have bad diaper rash, and in actual fact, the cloth diapers are breathable and they're changed slightly more regularly. Well, they're changed when they're meant to be changed, i.e. when the diaper is wet or dirty. So in many cases that does help. But just going back to the using of them, the liner then gets once the nap is wet or dirty, the liner flushes down the toilet. Now we have we've thought through, as you say, the whole process. So we have products that help the laundry process. I.e., we have a diaper pail that is unique to us. It's got a lid. It's lockable, and it also holds a nylon mesh laundry bag. So the diapers can go in there. They go in dry. There's no need to soak them. And then the whole laundry bag can just be pulled out and placed in the washing machine, so you don't need to be picking out individual dirty diapers. And then they can just go in the washing machine. The bag will open up in the washing machine with some of our nappy sanitizer, and then the diapers are cleaned, and they can be in warm weather. They can be line dried outside, or they can go in the tumble dryer. Both is fine for the product.
I also see you have natural baby wipes on your site.
Yep.
Do they have a fragrance?
They have a natural fragrance, chamomile, and it's on the site. Sorry, I should know.
I'm sorry, I'm putting you on this.
No, that's all right. Now you put me on the spot. It's chamomile and rose. It's a natural fragrance, but they're alcohol free, and have most of any sort of here we are, chamomile and aloe vera. That's what I was looking for.
Right.
So
and the essential oils. They also said it has essential oils. These are great.
And they're scented with rose and geranium. So yeah, no, they're a really nice product, and the base fabric is cotton fibers. Again, which obviously makes them, with it being cotton, biodegradable, but also strong at the same time.
So what do you tell a parent? Why there are many parents that think it's a pain to use a cloth diaper because they remember the years ago and the pins and all of that. So how do you get converts? Do you have a secret?
I think a lot of it is word of mouth. As I said earlier, only about 3% of parents used cloth diapers in the UK when we started. Now in the UK, we estimate that we don't estimate. This is independent research, that about 30%, over 30% of parents will use some sort of cloth diaper product. Now that may just be the swim diaper, it may just be the cloth training pants, but we've gone from that sort of 3% and being a very much a fringe product to being fairly mainstream, and a third of parents trying the product. What we find is once people have tried it, it's actually a lot easier than they would ever think it is, and actually not much different from using disposables in that you put the diaper on in the same way. Okay, you flush the liner down the toilet, but you would probably be clearing away the wipes anyway. Instead of putting it in the trash in in the house, you were putting it in our diaper pail, and then instead of taking it out to the trash from your house, you're just putting them in a washing machine. So the number of processes that you have to do is about the same. And actually, most people's comments are it's no more difficult. And we do lots of challenges to parents and to bloggers to actually try it who may never have considered trying it. And 99 times out of 100, they'll come back and say, it was so much easier than I thought. And I think it's also taking away that pressure. I mean, I think in the past, there's been pressure on parents. I mean, parents have so much pressure anyway with everything in terms of how to care for babies. And certainly being concerned or being felt that you're under pressure to what diaper you should use. Totally wrong. I'm hoping what Bambino Mio has done over the years is made it easy for parents to try, and just at the end of the day, it's all about choice. And if parents want to try cloth diapers or are concerned about the chemicals that are in disposables or concerned about maybe the environmental impact, they're not pressured into doing it, but actually Bambino Mio has made it easy. And Bambino made it easy because we've got the products that we've got make it easy to use them, and actually I suppose our big thing and our big difference from many other brands, and there's lots of great brands out there, especially in the US, is our distribution, and certainly in the UK, and hopefully we'll get to this point in the US as well, that people can walk down the supermarket aisle where they're doing their normal supermarket shop, and even if they're thinking of going in and buying their disposable diapers in the supermarket, actually to have a cloth diaper there, and they can just buy one and try it and take it home, and you can just do it with one with a $20 investment for a new one, is a way of encouraging and allowing people to make that choice.
You know, and I'm so happy you said that, because it is easy. You know, parents, they are pressured and they are busy enough, and they don't want to have to run around to a special diaper store to replace it. And if they can do it with their every week shopping or whatever it is, you make it so easy that, I mean, it's great. And as you said, parents are pressured all the time. You know, they want to do what their friends are doing, and somebody will tell them to try something. And honestly, there are so many different ways to take care of your baby. You have to find what works best for you. And I'm saying every parent really should try the cloth diapering system, because it seems so easy. And, you know, as I would say, if I had a baby now, I would definitely do the cloth diapers, because you're just putting them in a pail as opposed to throwing them away. You're putting them in the washer. This would be so easy, and I love your products. It's so cute. But we are leaving for commercial. We will be right back. Stay with us with Guy Schanschieff.
We'll be right back with more Help My Baby Came Without Instructions. It's Baby and Toddler Instructions with Blythe Lipman on TogiNet. We'll be right back right after these.
It's words you never heard.
Derek Thompson, co-founder of the Save the Elephant Foundation, was taking a rescued elephant named Kamla for a walk along the river. As they were walking, Derek decided to stop and take a dip in the water. But when he called to Kamla, who was waiting on the shore, the elephant thought he was in trouble and came running to his rescue. Kamla charged through the water, sheltering him with her body and offering her trunk for him to hold on to. What's another word for a trained elephant? A kunki. Elephant trainers in Asia are known as mahouts. And the padded seat or saddle used to ride on an elephant is called a howdah. Kamla and her mother, Bai Tui, are among the 70 elephants the foundation has rescued since its inception.
It's words you never heard.
I'm Carolyn Davidson, and you can have fun challenging your words you never heard vocabulary with my free app, Too Funny for Words.
It's the Fitness Minute with fitness expert Annette Hammond.
According to a recent Gallup poll, 56% of Americans say they want to lose weight. Staying slim is important for a multitude of reasons. If you want or need to lose weight, do it now. Excess pounds lead to a whole host of life-threatening conditions, including heart disease, some cancers, and diabetes. The Journal of the American Dietetic Association reports that obesity is also associated with suppression of immunity, which can leave you more vulnerable to getting sick. The longer you wait, the more prone you are to contract a life-threatening condition. Not only that, being sluggish and having low energy will continue in your life until you get that extra weight off. Find an eating program that works for you and increase your exercise to do more than you're doing now. For the Fitness Minute, I'm Annette Hammond, keeping you healthy, happy, and fit.
Welcome back to Baby and Toddler Instructions with Blythe Lipman on TogiNet, the hour for all moms with little ones to come for great advice, encouragement, and great ideas for all new parents. Now, back to the show with Blythe Lipman.
Well, welcome back to Baby and Toddler Instructions. I cannot believe we're up to our last segment. This goes so quickly. I am here with my wonderful guest, Guy Schanschieff, who is the inspiration and founder of Bambino Mio. It is a company that makes these adorable cloth diapers, so easy to use. If you have a toddler, a baby, you're expecting a baby, go to Bambino Mio, go to their Instagram page, their Facebook page, which I'm going to have Guy tell you in just 2 seconds, because you know what? After talking to him, it's so easy. They have made cloth diapers in a way that's so easy to use, almost easier than disposables, or at least as easy, and they're so adorable. Take a look at the homepage. Anyway, so where can my listeners find you, find your website?
So our website is bambinomio.com. And that gives all the information about our products. If you're and you can purchase the products from the website. If you're a first-time visitor, you'll get and register for our newsletter, which is great because it gives you offers and stuff. You'll get a 15% discount off your first order. In terms of more mainstream retailers, we have our whole range available on Amazon.com, on Walmart.com, appropriately enough, Diapers.com. We have some products on BabiesRUs.com, but that range will be increasing in the next few weeks, and you'll soon be seeing us on 2 or 3 other national store websites as well as good independent cloth diaper websites as well.
You know, take a look and try it. I mean, this company's made it so easy just to be able to go online and order, or go into the grocery store and pick up a diaper, as Guy said before the break. So let me ask you, since you're a dad, do you have a favorite parenting tip?
I think my favorite, or the favorite bit of advice that I was told, which isn't maybe related directly to bringing up baby, because as I said earlier, I think parents get too much information. I remember when my eldest was born, and she is now 21, nearly 22. Somebody said to me in those first few weeks, enjoy it. It will go so quickly. And I could not think, with the sleepless nights and all the hassle and all the worry, what they were talking about. 20 years later, you know what they're talking about. And you should just enjoy every minute.
You know, I love that, and it's so true. My kids are in their 30s, and I say that to a lot of parents, and they look at me like, but I'm so tired, but I want to take a nap. But it's like, you know what? Take a nap when they nap. When they're up, be up and have fun, and it's all relative. You know, or they'll tell me something about the baby didn't sleep all night, and it's terrible, terrible. I'll say, wait till they get their license. This is not terrible. What is terrible at the time when you're sleep deprived? But anyway, great advice. And it's true. Listen to Guy's advice, because I say that as well. Anyway, great advice. So let me ask you another question. Talk a little bit about the potty training. If you have a child that's been in disposable diapers and all of a sudden you put big boy or big girl pants on.
Yeah, I mean, I think with cloth, one of the big advantages of whether it be cloth diapers or cloth training pants is all the evidence suggests that babies will potty train a lot sooner, and that's really because it hasn't got the chemicals taking the moisture away from the surface. The child can actually feel when it's wet, so they can make that association. It's very difficult it's more difficult to potty train a child when the nappy becomes wet, when they can't feel it, which they won't with disposable versions. So with cloth diapers and cloth training pants, the theory is, and as I say, it is backed up by research that children will potty train a lot sooner because you can make them associate the wetness and potty train quicker.
So you made me think of a question. If you have a child that has a diaper rash, and you put some of the creams on or whatever you're going to use, sometimes the doctors will tell you to use a cream or a lotion. Is it different in your cloth diaper? Does it go, like some of them are greasy, does it go through the fabric?
Yeah, we don't advocate the creams, a lot of the creams that are put on for diaper rash, because it's actually making a seal, so it's not allowing the skin to breathe. We often see that that parents who've got bad diaper rash come and use our products, and it actually sorts out the problem, and that's partly because the chemicals that are within disposables are designed to pull moisture away from the surface of the diaper. If the child's skin and the child is susceptible to diaper rash, and that skin is then in contact with that surface, it's obvious that the chemicals will also pull some sort of moisture from the baby's skin as well. And I've read quite a lot of research, but the evidence is there for us to see, because, as I say, we have people writing into us who have had really bad diaper rash, and the fact they've moved over to cloth has really helped them. I mean, the only bit I would add to that is, and I'm always a little concerned about talking that, because there are many, many things that can cause diaper rash. Everything from diet to, as I say, chemicals or skin reactions. There's many, many things, so you shouldn't just think that it's one thing. But certainly, in some instances, and in quite a number of instances, in our experience, using cloth diapers can actually help diaper rash as opposed to making it worse.
Right, and I've heard a number of parents say they've had to switch diapers because a particular diaper was really tough on their baby's sensitive skin, and they did get a rash, because they're all different, and we all know they're made with chemicals.
Yep.
And
obviously ours don't have the chemicals in them, so you don't get that.
Also, it's interesting because years ago when a baby was born, parents always put powder on their baby when they diapered them. That was just a go-to. And, first of all, I've said this in every speech I've ever given. If you're going to ever put anything on your baby after their bath, before their bath, or, when you're diapering, don't ever shake anything. Always put it in your hand first and put it on the baby, especially if you use a powder, the baby can aspirate. They take a breath. And if you're using a powder, they can get it down in their lungs. But the reason I brought that up was, and I know, Guy, you'll agree with me, when you diaper a baby and you wipe them off, and I love the fact that your wipes from Bambino Mio are made with essential oils and aloe vera, so there's not that drying alcohol in them, which is in many wipes.
Yep.
You do not need to put a diaper cream or a powder you don't need to put anything as long as you wipe them clean.
Yes, definitely. That's certainly what we say.
Because some of the creams, too, are harsh. I mean, there are many, many things on the market, and it's tough to know what to use. I tend to tell parents to use things that don't have the alcohols in them, if you have to use something. Because I'll get the questions all the time, what kind of cream or lotion do I put on my baby after their bath? And I'll say, it's personal, but as far as the diaper area goes, just make sure you keep the baby, the diaper area clean.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see. Do we have any other questions? We're coming towards the end of the show. So we're talking about the green parenting. And, I love the fact that your diapers are not going to be in the landfill. And please, again, I keep saying this, go to BambinoMio.com and take a look at the diaper pails, at all their products, the adorable diapers, because after listening to you talk, there is no difference whether you're putting a disposable diaper in a diaper pail or you're putting it in their pail and then you just wash them. Can you wash them? Can you put the mesh bag in the wash all at once, or do you have to take them
Yes,
out.
you can put no. You put it in the mesh bag, and the neck of the bag will open, so the diapers will come out naturally. I mean, the only thing I would point out is that you say there's no difference, but actually the one difference, of course, is if you were using cloth diapers most of the time, you will probably save $1,000 during the baby's time in diapers. So if every time, the worst bit of it is probably lifting that, which is not really bad, is lifting that bag and put it in the washing machine. If you say to yourself, well, every time I'm doing that, I'm saving myself $10. It becomes a fairly compelling argument.
Well, it's a great argument. And what I meant to say, it was no different than whether you put it in a diaper pail or I wasn't really talking about the money.
No, that's fine. That's fine. No, I understood that's what you meant. Yeah.
No, but I'm glad you said that because that's a lot of money to save. Diapers are expensive. Disposables are expensive. So anyway, if you have a little one or you're going to have a little one, take a look at Bambino Mio. I have to let Guy go. He is in the UK. It's the afternoon, probably getting towards dinner time for you.
That's right.
So I am so happy you took the time to be on the show, and I would love to have you on again, see what's going on in a few months, because great product. You know what? You're a wonderful guest, and thank you so much. You have a wonderful evening tonight, and stay safe.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Guy.
Thank you.
Boy, I am so happy that he was on the show. I love my guests, and I learned so many things from them. Even though I've been in the baby and toddler field for over 40 years, I have to send a big thank you to Guy from Bambino Mio because he taught me a lot today. I have a great lineup of guests for the spring. Next week, my guest will be Sari Pawazek from Playtime Oasis. We're going to talk all about the importance of going outside, not using technology, going to a toy store and walking around and finding a toy and mommy says no and going home and saving your money, all kinds of things like that. I also am having a wonderful author from Prioritizing Motherhood in the First 3 Years, and I have another great mom who wrote The Unmumsy Mum, and of course Connie Grunning from peanutbutterandwine.com is with us the first Wednesday of every month, and she shares all her wonderful contests and products she has on her sites. That's just to name a few. And please don't forget to like my pages on Facebook and Twitter. I do Facebook Live. I'm on Pinterest, LinkedIn. Check out my website, mybestparentingadvice.com. And as always, you know I love to end the show with a little humor, and sure do hope you have a sense of humor today. I just couldn't resist sharing some diaper wisdom from the cartoon character Maxine. Perfect for today's show. So Maxine says, rest your mind. I know you've been laying awake at night wondering why baby diapers have brand names such as Loves, Huggies, Pampers, while undergarments for old people are called Depends. Well, here's the lowdown on the whole thing. When babies crap in their pants, people are still going to love them, hug them, pamper them. But when old people do it in their pants, it depends, like the depends, on who's in the will, right? So glad I straightened that out. Anyway, thanks so much for tuning in. You have a great rest of your week, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.